Sorry for the long delay, but here we are in the Red Bull Ring. It's Vitmeng within championship contention here at the 6th round of the International Gran Turismo League in Season 5. Vitmeng can win the championship here if he outscores May by 18 points. Here we are then, it's JPS Raiden who gets pole position. Melon, the homeboy, starts up in 2nd place with May in 3rd, Vitmeng 4th, the two title contenders. Lights out and away we go. It's a great start from May and JPS Raiden. Both Raiden and May get charging down in towards turn 1. May tries to get around the outside. Nike Donna got squeezed a little bit. There's Vitmeng in 3rd, and Vitmeng's round, and he's off. Nike Donna's round as well, and I think that's one of the Astons in Colm. And in fact, that's Nike Donna. Vitmeng got sent a long way off, and he's going to start to drop down the order now as he gets thrown back into the clutches of this pack hub of Fraggins, as we can see him trying to find his way past Melon, who's dropped a long way back after the start. Vitmeng is trying to get around the outside of one of the Mercedes. It's M3 guy. I think there's a Lexus over the track. There's people bouncing over a sausage curb there at turn 3. Melon's on the grass, and in fact that's Inzis also on the grass, and in fact that's Crazy Buttocks, who seems to have just been sideswiped as they all try to make positions and all try to keep themselves going. You can see Squeaks the head of what is looking like an enormous train. We've got Colm trying to find his way past Ada, and we've got Crazy Buttocks having to defend from Inzis, who's found his way at the back, and there's been a tap, and Colm's off again, and that's Inzis making a bit of contact. Crazy Buttocks drops to the back. Colm's getting all squirmy coming out turn 4 then. Here's BG28 on the inside. He comes down the inside on Foxy and into turn 5. Robbo is through and he's into 9th place. Can he hold it around the next corner? The first lap collision is under investigation. There is Vitmeng, the Peugeot driver that can win the title here. He can win his 2nd ever championship here in the Red Bull Ring, but he needs to outscore May by 18 points. And now there's Nike Donna trying to get around the outside of M3 guy. Around the outside, he's gone off the track there as Nike, as he tries to desperately find his way through. M3 guy looks good defended, but here comes Vitmeng, and here comes Vitmeng coming down the inside. He's got the run on all of them now, and there's Vitmeng who comes flying down, and the move has been done. Next up now is Nike Donna trying to defend as he tries to instantly get back. Hobber Fraggins runs wide. M3 guy defends Vitmeng off, and Hobber Fraggins loses the position now to M3 guy. So then, here we go then, up the hill. M3 guy moves into 5th place. Vitmeng is in 6th place. In 7th is now Nike Donna, who's trying to get himself around the outside of Vitmeng, and he does, trying to get around the outside, under braking. The two Volkswagens are going wheels way in the background there as well. And now, there we go, the two Jaguars. And Nike Donna gets back into Vitmeng. Over Fraggins is also trying to get through. The two Volkswagens switch position as Melon is now ahead of BG Robert 28. As we can see, Robert just outside the top 10. Ada not down in the last place. He lets Colm through, and now he is in last place. And that's Crazy Buttocks. He's into 13th place now then. Inside the top 10 is Melon, who tries to claw his way ahead of Foxy, trying to get around the outside there. That's not quite enough. There's a 4-point penalty for Colm in causing that first lap collision. Foxy goes very wide, and the Austrian at the Austrian race does claw his way through, and that is Melon into 9th. Next up is the other Volkswagen, BJ Robert 28 Volkswagen, running a special livery for Melon's home race here in the Styrian Mountains. Vitmeng tries to find his way past, and in fact that's Hobber Fraggins also trying to find his way past. Foxy gets BJ Robbo 28 all over his behind, and we'll see if Robbo's able to find a way past Foxy onto the main straight. They go then, and Melon pulls out to the inside on Hobber Fraggins. Does he? Just about. He's trying. He comes to the inside. Robbo stays in the slipstream of Foxy, and Melon comes down the inside of Hobbo into turn 1. No, he does not. Robbo also tries to get down the inside, and he touch. Robbo and Foxy have less success than Hobbo and Robbo's teammate Melon, and that's contact, and Foxy drops back. NCC gets in front of Robbo now, and that was all for nothing because Robbo got Foxy, but he did not get NCC. And now NCC gets back in front, and Melon comes down the inside into turn 3. Move is done, and that's an easy pass for Melon as he moves out ahead of Hobber Fraggins, chasing Vitmeng, the reigning champion, back down the hill and into turn 4. Then that's M3 guy in a really good position up into 5th place. Squeakers running a special birthday livery. At the time of this race, it was his birthday. And he has edged out ahead of this little group of cars that is starting to form with M3 guy, Nike Donna, Vitmeng, Melon, and so there he is then in his birthday livery. Racer Tay May is in 2nd place, doing everything he needs to do to try and make sure he can remain in title contention this season. It looks to have been slipping away midway through the season as he's had a couple of lackluster performances throughout the mid part of the season. Here's M3 guy on the back of Nike Donna pulls over to the inside into the penultimate corner, and that's a move done, and the Mercedes driver drops back a position. May has been a second, M3 guy is in 6th place. Nike Donna tries to catch up round, and that's not quite enough, but in the slipstream and on the exit, the Peugeot Vitman comes down the inside now. He positions his car beautifully, and that's a move done on M3 guy. Is it just about? We'll see who brakes just later, and tries to go down the inside. A lot of people tried to make a move into that first corner. It just does not seem to be working today. Then Melon tries to come up the hill, and he's getting very squeezed on by Vitman up the hill as he charges around the outside of turn 2, switches to the inside of a braking zone, a sharp braking zone. We've seen Melon make a move down here already, and he makes another one, and he's into the top 7. Melon drops Vitman out of the top 7. And now we can see that's Robbo and Foxy for their incident at turn 1 has been declared a racing incident by the stewards. Melon then chasing down M3 guy into the brakes, and M3 guy really losing a lot of time to Melon, and the braking who gets a real squirm on does Melon coming out of the corner, gets a bit of a moment that costs him a lot of momentum, and now that's Foxy, and Foxy gets a bigger moment as he spins, gets it on the grass, and Foxy's facing the wrong way round, reverses across the gravel, and there's his Aston Martin teammate Colm replacing Team T for this race. It's just not going well for the Aston Martins at the moment. They're really struggling this season. Foxy not scoring points regularly, unfortunately. It's really not looking too good for him. Vitman then all over the back of Melon, and it's not quite enough. Vitman does not get through on this occasion. Does Melon get the run out the final corner to get M3 guy? He's pushing him around the final corner. You can see how desperately that Yorkshire T Racing is wanting to get ahead of the last Mercedes. And in fact, Vitman is through. Vitman has found his way past the Melon car in the Volkswagen, and he is indeed through, and Vitman looks to try and make a move on M3 guy. M3 guy wants ride. Vitman runs wider, and now Melon does the run on both of them here. Are they about to go 3 wide heading up the hill? Vitman tries to get M3 guy, and now Melon squeezes his way down the middle, and they go 3 wide very nearly, and in fact that's not enough, and Vitman looks to lose the position to Melon. Melon tries to get around the outside, Vitman defends the inside, Melon powers it around the outside, and he's gone around the outside of Vitman. A fantastic move from the home driver as he now moves back up into 7th place, chasing down M3 guy for 6th. An incredible move. Squeakers has indeed lost the position to Nike Donna. That's Vitman trying to get back down the inside of Melon. He's done that. Now can he get back down the inside of M3 guy? He's trying to get around the outside of M3 guy, which switches to the outside for this next corner, and around the outside, and I think there was a bit of contact. Vitman can't accelerate too soon, otherwise he ends up on the gravel. He gets a lot of curb there as he straddles the curb, gets a bit of oversteer on the exit, and he's still trying to get around the outside of M3 guy, who is defending brilliantly. But now Melon might have the run on both of them, and Vitman through, but can Melon make it 3 wide? Very nearly 3 wide. They're heading into the penultimate corner, and now that's Melon trying to find his way past M3 guy, who gets a bit of a wiggle on, and that's really not good for Melon as he drops a lot of time to M3 guy. And Incisi, who's making his way up the order, another car making his way up the order is Hobo Fraggins, and now Incisi's all over the back of Melon for a spot further inside the top 10. Melon pulls out to get to the inside of M3 guy. That's not enough. And now NCC just has to follow these two that are going hammer and dong and going really wheel-to-wheel racing here at the Red Bull Ring. It's really lining up. And up the hill, the Subaru of NCC tries to get down the inside. It's around the outside of turn 2. Can he get it close enough? No, that Volkswagen's too quick on the straight line. But down the inside goes Mount. He's gone for it. And he's made the move stick. NCC gets through as M3 guy runs very wide. And now NCC is side by side with Melon to make them both in one go. Yes, he does. Fascinating move and great racecraft from NCC, who's just gained 2 positions from Melon, making quite the right move. And that's yet another move that he's made up at turn 3. Now M3 guy's having to defend from Hobo Fraggins. M3 guy was in 5th at one stage, he's now in 10th as Hobo Fraggins finds his way through and down the inside. But they're still side by side yet. It's not over yet, and M3 guy tries to get down the inside. They touch, and they touch coming around the corner now. And they're still side by side, glued to each other. And this is just Robbo watching, waiting, hoping that they'll come together. And in fact, Melon has moved himself back in front of NCC. In the case, Melon slows down then to serve a penalty, one can assume. And M3 guy is ahead of Hobo Fraggins again. But can we see a change of positioning. Here's Melon going slow, and this could get very awkward as M3 guy goes clean around the outside, runs out of room, and now Robbo's trying to get around the outside of Hobo Fraggins. You can see them all very close, and Hobo Fraggins is through, and M3 guy loses the position now to Robbo as well, and Robbo tries to keep the momentum and get himself ahead, and they're 3 wide coming down the main straight. Robbo looks to make the move down the inside of them both. Hobo Fraggins slides through the middle, but Melon looks to defend around the outside with a little curb going out on the outside, and M3 guy has been dropped down. Hobo Fraggins got a little bit of a push from Melon, and now Robbo's all over the back of him. Now then, Hobo Fraggins, is he going to be able to come down the inside? Melon, the man that's made so many moves at the top of the hill in turn 3, gets a bit of a squirm, coming under braking. He slows it down, but it's not enough. It's not enough on this occasion for Hobo Fraggins to get through. The two Volkswagens really close to each other on track, but what can it mean for results? They're really competing for 3rd place in the constructors. They are 3rd in the moment out of the two Volkswagens, but they've got cars hot on their tails as Hobo Fraggins follows Melon in 6th place. So then, is Robbo going to be able to get ahead of Hobo Fraggins? In fact, that's Squeaks and Vitman G going wheel to wheel. Squeaks defending 4th place brilliantly now. So then, that is indeed Squeakers and Vitman G going side by side, and Vitman G through. This is the start. This is on board with Vitman G, it seems. So we'll see how Vitman G's start goes. He got a relatively decent launch. May got an incredible launch as usual this season. Comes in toward the first corner now, and boom, just gets a hit from the rear. It's not too sure who it was. The stewards did deem that to be Colm's point problem. This is now the back of Vitman G, so you can see how he gets away. Night Donna down the inside gets squeezed right onto the wall by Melon there, and then as we can see, there's Colm who hits Melon, who hits Nike, so it's really just a huge chain reaction. Vitman G did get away relatively unscathed. This is from Colm's point of view. Decent start. Racer struggling off the line. There's Melon squeezing Night Donna on the inside, and then bish bash bosh in that order. They all spin round, and then he gives him a tap to get Night Donna facing the right way again as Colm. So Colm has been found at fault for that incident. When you look at it, it really couldn't be much to anyone else. This is now the Robbo Foxy incident, in case you're curious. Robbo tries to get down the inside. Foxy turns in a bit. This was declared as a racing incident. It's not the most advisable place for a tape. We've seen a couple of people try this and then back out. It is an interesting incident, but the steward's word is final, and so they've claimed it as a racing incident. Really unfortunate for both parties to be involved in that. This is now on board with Melon chasing M3 guys. This is the Melon M3 guy incident, which was also declared a racing incident. A great move, bit of a dive bomb down the inside, just when it gets that slowed down. Pushes M3 guy off a slight bit, but it's all in all not too bad. So this is from M3 guy's point of view. He's probably not 100% aware Melon's going to come steaming down the inside. He does. Melon, it's an interesting incident again, but the steward's word is final, so that is a racing incident. After all, Rubik's racing. Hobo did get in front of M3 guy there, and that's when Robbo joined in their little scrap. So back to the actual racing then, and Mess Squeakers is all over the back of Vitman G. What's going to happen here then? Does Squeaks get down the inside? He looks to position the car to the inside, and he does indeed get the car down the inside in his confetti-covered birthday livery for his birthday on this time. Well, what a birthday present it would be if he could beat the reigning champion Vitman G in a race. These two have not normally spent a lot of time going wheel to wheel on the racetrack, and this is their occasion. Robbo and Free Guy, Hobo Fraggins, Melon all pitting in now. I think Raiden is also... Raiden did pit in already on the lap beforehand. So then Squeaks chasing Vitman G up the hill and rising up into turn 3. We've seen a lot of overtakes here. Is Squeaks going to add to the pile? It looks like he's going to. And down the inside he goes. And he gets the car slowed down. And he's through in a very Melon-esque move. He has indeed made the overtake work. And Squeakers, is back up and into 4th place, halfway through this race now. And this is an incredible scrap developing between Vitman G and Melon. And Vitman G gets down the inside into turn 4, gets the car slowed down, and an easy move when you're a reigning champion contending for your second IGTL championship. No driver has ever won 2 championships, never mind back-to-back championships. Could Wittmann be the first to win it with 2 races to go, as we see the 2 Volkswagens coming very close to each other as they come out of the pit lane then. So then this is Robbo now on the back of Melon. Is there going to be team orders at play here between Volkswagen and Yorkshire T Racing? They're both going to want a good race. As we can see, there's Colm in the Aston Martin, and 3 guys dropped back as well after he pitted in, of course. Colm's trying to get down the inside of Hubber Fragens. He does not quite make it. So then, in the end, it's Colm who tries to chase himself around the outside of Hubber Fragens. That's not quite enough. And here at this circuit, which also hosts the Austrian Grand Prix for Formula 1, now then Hubber Fragens is trying to stay in front of Colm Downs. Colm hasn't made a Group 3 appearance before now, and he started his Group 3 campaign very similar to how Ada started his back in Fuji, with a collision at the first corner. Colm then chasing Hubber Fragens, and he's still chasing him into the penultimate corner. Crazy Bullocks runs very wide in his Lexus. He might get penalised for running wide. You can take the advantage if you run wide. Out of there, and here's Colm trying to get down the outside. 2 British manufacturers, an American and an Irishman, go wheel to wheel, and who comes out on top? It's Colm trying to get down the inside, and it is Colm that stays behind. It is Hubber Fragens, the American, in the Jaguar, that is able to edge out Colm today on this occasion, but it does not look like this scrap is over. Wittmann in 7th place is still behind Squeakers, and now has got Knight Donner in front of him, the Croatian, where we head to Croatia for the next round at Dragon Trail. So then, Squeaker's trying to chase down Knight Donner, and is he going to get down the inside? No, he's not quite close enough. Racer Tay, 3rd place, May 2nd, JPS Raiden in an absolutely dominant force at the moment, in a league of his own, is leading by quite some margin now. Race Day chasing down May, still. Squeakers hunting down Knight Donner and gets a lot of gravel kicked up there, and that allows Wittmann right onto the back of him. But is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. And there's Wittmann, and Squeaks gets a tailspin, and he looks to have gone off the other direction. That was, in the end, a very easy move for Wittmann, a very easy move for Melon, who's picking up the scraps, and that is Squeakers losing 2 positions. Melon tries to get around the outside of Wittmann, and I think he has done. And Melon's round the outside, and Wittmann seems to have slowed down. I wonder if there was contact there. And now Squeaks is back ahead of Wittmann, but Melon is now ahead of both of them. So absolutely disastrous from them two. Robbo trying to catch up to this lot. We're going to see if he can make an impact into all this racing that's kicking off now. We've got Hubber Fragens, M3 guy, who were in Robbo's fight earlier, and now these two have been jumped in the pits on this race. And now then Racer Day still catching up to May. He's clawing down that gap bit by bit, competing for a 2nd place. Tay's finished 3rd in the last 3 races. No, he's finished 3rd in 3 races this season in his podium finishes. He'd like to get a win, I'm sure, this season. It's been a while since he has won a race. It's also been a while for JPS Raiden to win a race, though he has stepped out for most of the season as a reserve driver. And in fact, Squeaks is trying to get around the outside of Wittmann there. No, Wittmann is trying to get down the inside as Squeaks goes, I'm assuming, serving a penalty, and Squeakers stays ahead in number 96, in that number 96 Lexus. Wittmann tries to get down the inside there. That is not enough. And now Wittmann switches to the inside, aggressively switching to the inside, and that does not turn out to be enough for the Brit as he stays down in 8th place. He's really struggling here to get himself ahead of Squeakers. And in now that's Robbo starting to try and catch up, but Robbo's not really in the fight with Wittmann and Squeakers. Racer Tay, that gap still coming down to May. Sissy trying to get himself onto a podium. As we reach into the back half of this race now, desperately coming toward the end. And now then Squeaks lets off, so as a penalty, and that allows Wittmann through and into the position ahead. 3 different teams are going wheel to wheel now for a spot inside the top 10, and Hubber Fragens instantly tries to make a move on M3 guy. M4 goes wider, M3 guy goes even wider, and Colm slips through easily ahead of Hubber Fragens. Now back into the clutches of Crazy Buttocks just behind. Now that means that Colm can target on M3 guy, and he moves down the inside, and he goes down the inside for a spot inside the top 10. He makes it stick, and that's another move to count up at turn 3, a fantastic move, and now Colm is through and into 10th. Crazy Bullocks is going to try and get involved now in all this battle M3 guy's going to try and find his way back past Colm. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not on this occasion. Hobo Fraggins tries to go back, and now you can see them all nose to tail, literally within a split second of each other, and now trying to find any means of overtaking. This is close racing, which you can get in the IGTL, and now here it is. Hobo Fraggins tries to get down the inside, M3 guy makes a small error, and Hobo Fraggins sees an opportunity. He is through. A man that has really turned around his season is Hobo Fraggins. A really difficult start. He's gotten into the swing of things, but now M3 guy strikes back immediately to get down the inside into the penultimate corner, but that's not enough. Crazy Buttocks tries to position the car. Colm aggressively swerves across to come into the pits. Raiden also in the pit lane. That leaves May into the lead with Race Tay in second place. We are coming drastically toward the final part of this race in the final 5 laps now. And it's Hobo Fraggins in 9th place now. 10th place is M3 guy, and in 11th is Crazy Buttocks. You can see that's Foxy being blue flagged out the way. We've got Squeakers just edging out JPS Raiden, and now Squeaks tries to get down the inside of Foxy, who's being lapped here. Raiden tries to get Squeaks, and now Raiden's in the slipstream of Squeakers, who's done so well this race. It's been an incredible race from him. Now then, is it enough for Raiden to get through on Squeakers? He tries to come down the inside. No, he does not. Foxy goes through Squeakers, and now Raiden can concentrate without a backmarker in the way. And this is it. This is it. It is now on. Here is Raiden. Here is Squeakers, who is going to come out on top for 6th place. Number 96, and Crazy Buttocks is in the gravel. Crazy's in the gravel and round, and that's virtually ended his battle with Hobo Fraggins and M3 guy, because that is not very good. And Raiden, number 10 on this, is coming down the inside of Squeaks, or at least he gives a little tease. He's just filling the mirrors, letting Squeakers know that he's there, intimidating him into making a mistake. Nike Donna weaves to try and cover off the homeboy Melond, unless Melond can get a podium in front of his home France. Robbo makes a pit stop, and now Racer Tay is gaining on May. He's closing in bit by bit, lap by lap, second by second. That gap is coming down. Adder 2014, the 2 Red Bulls running a special livery for the Red Bull Ring. And now then, Race Tay still trying to gain. That gap is decreasing. Will it decrease by enough, huh? That is the question on everybody's mind right now, is will it be enough? Race Tay tries to come down the inside now. He's trying to catch up and do everything in his power to legally gain on the back of May 6.82492 in an attempt to take his first win since Season 3 in Maggiore. It's been quite some time since Racer Tay has stood on the top step of that podium. A winless Season 4. Raiden gets a bit of a tank slapper across the curb there, coming out of turn 4. It's now Squeaks and drops to 7th place. Melond is on the back of Nike Donna for a spot inside the top 3. It's going to be close now. Can Melond catch up and gain in on Nike Donna? Will it be enough for Melond to make the move and get a podium at his home race? I'm sure there will be no other race where he's wanting to get a podium than in front of the home fans that have come out to show their support for their Austrian driver Melond. Now, Nike Donna, is he going to be enough to keep on for a 3rd place spot? Will Racer Tay keep that gap coming down? We've got 3 laps to go. It's going to be all or nothing for these drivers now that are battling away into the final dying moments of the race. It is all or nothing. They're going to have to give it absolutely everything. And here's Racer Tay trying to catch up to the back of May. And so he's still trying to catch up. It's a very short lap, so time is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. It's a very short lap with only 10 corners to try and make an impact with Porsche versus Mercedes, 2 giant German manufacturers of cars. Porsche, Mercedes fighting for the win here in Austria. Wittmann G then, he's now in 6th place, and it does not look like Wittmann G is going to wrap up the title in this race. It's looking increasingly unlikely. That's all. Fraggins now coming out of the pits. Robbo is down in around 10th place. Yeah, 10th place now. May still catching up to Race Tay. As you can see here, the stats: Tay's last win was Season 3 Maggiore. May's last win, as you can see there, was Season 5 at Monza. As you can see, all the way back in the 2nd round of the season when he did take victory there in a fantastic race for May. Now, is he going to bring home for only his 2nd ever IGTL victory? We're about to find out. So then, as we head on to the penultimate lap, we've got 2 laps to go, and Racer T still in second, but there is not very much between these two at the moment. There is a hair or whisker between the two. Is Racer T going to be in the position to take the win at the death and overtake May on the final lap, or even on the penultimate lap? Is it going to be a Red Bull Porsche to win at the Red Bull Ring? We're about to find out in like a lap and 3/4 time. Or will the Mercedes manage to come home to victory? Now then, Racer T in the slipstream of May. This is a popular overtaking spot at the bottom of the hill, as is going up to the top of the hill at turn 3. We've got turn 4. Racer T switches to the outside. He tries to get around the outside. He's on the curb under braking, which doesn't usually end well, and it's not ended badly, but he is still in second, which is not the position he'd wanted to be in. Now then, Racer T still right on the back now of May. He's all over the back of him. It's not quite enough though for Racer T to get through, and he gets a huge tank slapper coming there now. Now then, Racer T is running out of track. If he wants to try and make the move, he's running out of lap time. As we come towards through the final sector, you can see Tay practically pushing May, but May's parking his car to the inside, forces Tay to the outside, and that's not enough for Tay to get through on this occasion. Tay tries to instantly switch back, doesn't work, and sits around, follows him through the final corner. He looks to have the run. Here comes Tay to the inside, but May covers off the inside beautifully, and now again Race Tay's been forced to the outside in huge close racing there. That could have ended in disaster with May squeezing Tay right up to the barrier. Huge close racing, but it's all friendly, it's all professional for the most part. He runs a bit wide there, does Tay. That might cost his run up the hill as we charge now, flying up into turn 3. We've seen a lot of overtakes here, noticeably Melon has performed quite a few in his attempt to gain positions throughout the race, now sitting down in 6th place. Something's gone horrifically wrong for him. JPS Raiden, Vitman G have both ended up in 4th and in 5th place. Now then, Racer T catching up to the back of May. He's running out of time here as Racer T if he wants to win. May's not got long left as we head into turn 4. Accelerates immediately, charging around. It keeps turning until it switches the complete other direction. Now then, Tay's actually lost a bit of time here to May. This could prove crucial as Tay tries to give it everything to take victory here. But it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. He's got 2 corners, drifting it out as we head through the final sector. There are 2 corners left, separating May from victory. It looks like Racer Tay's going to get it. No, it's not, because May's going to come through to win. It looks like he's got 1 more corner on the final lap. Through the final corner, that was good, but Tay looks to have gone better. Tay's got the run, and coming up to the line, your winner is May! Wins in the Red Bull Ring here in Austria. Not a huge gap, and in fact Raiden's trying to get past Nike to get 3rd. That's not quite enough in the end. Nike does finish 3rd, Raiden 4th, 5th Vitman G, 6th place Melon. The home driver comes home in 6th place. 7th place for May Squeaks is a really strong performance from Squeaks. Intercy 9th, 10th, 9th is Robbo, 8th was Intercy. Rounding out the top 10 is the ERT M3 guy. In 11th place, Hobbo Fraggins. 12th place, Calm Downs. 13th is Crazy Buttocks. In 14th is Adder 2014. And your did not finish was Foxy. But May winning out by the smallest of margins over Racer Tay, who's going to be absolutely kicking himself. That was Tay's best chance to win all season. He came so close. He's just really had a bad season when it comes to wins. But May has now got his 2nd victory. Is this a late title charge? Is he finally trying to assault Vitman G's crown after it looked like he could have been a title contender early on in the season? As the season has progressed, he sort of dropped off the pace. Is this him stamping his mark? Say quick replay session on board with Robbo on the final lap. He's called up to free guy. Bit of an odd replay. So here's Robbo catching up then on M3 guy and down the inside, and the move is done on him. So at the end of that then, Vitman G is not your World Championship, but only 24 points separate Vitman G from May. As far as the constructors, Vitman G are racing a long way ahead of 2nd place, the 2 Subarus, and the Mercedes are in 3rd. It's a very close tight race, and we'll see you in the next two.